So let's read this key bit of information here. AB and AD is 74 degrees. Those are the two fences. So that is AD and that is AB. So this must be 74 degrees. Find the angle between fences BC and BD. Right. Well, the only way we can do this is if we split this quadrilateral into two, and if we find out this length, little a here, and I'm just going to change that to C so we can use the cosine rule. So we find this diagonal with these three lengths, we can use the cosine rule again to find this angle they're asking for. And that one step will unlock this problem. So we have a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos A, as written in the top right hand corner of the screen. So you substitute the values in. So a squared equals, so we're going to call that c, and that little b in this instance equals 75 squared plus 120 squared minus 2 times 120 times 75 cos 74. So a squared equals, if you do that in your calculator correctly, 15063.5276, square root both sides, so a will equal 122.7356. So I'm just going to call that 122.73 for now. Now, okay, so if we have three lengths of a triangle and a missing angle, we can just use the cosine rule again. So that cosine rule manipulated. So this time, relabel the triangle. I'm going to change colours. So this is now little c. If that's B, we can just call this A now. So that's angle A. So this is little a. So that's B here. That is little b. But we are finding this angle here. So rearranging the cosine rule, if you remember it, even better. But you can rearrange this to find the angle cos C, which equals A squared plus B squared minus C squared over 2AB. Now if you're confused with this, imagine if I change this to cos C, then this will become AB, that C squared will become A, and that will be C squared. So you can just substitute the letters around and just remember one formula. So you just substitute those values in, and in this instance I've said my little a is 60 squared, my b is 135 squared, minus c squared. Now c squared in this instance is now this length, and minus 122.73356 squared, all over 2 times 60 times 135, and you should get cos C equals 0.41737. So C is going to equal the inverse cos of that, which equals 65.3 degrees to 3 significant figures. And I'll just get used to rounding to 3 significant figures because most exam questions ask that of you. Well done. Okay, so read the question. Now we need to calculate the distance between ships B and C in kilometres to 3 significant figures. So we want this point to this point. So we can call this little a. This is B, this is C. We've got two sides and an angle. So we can just use the cosine rule of a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos A. Substitute the values in. So a squared equals 70 squared plus 50 squared minus 2 times 70 times 50 cos 20. You should get a squared equals 822.15165. Square root both sides. So a equals 28.673. Now, key point, it does say 3 significant figures, so it's 28.7 kilometres to 3 SF. And look, this is probably your M1, M2 and A1 mark here. That's 3 easy marks on an exam question, a former A-level exam question. So well done if you got that. Now part B, now it's saying calculate the bearing of ship C from ship B. So the bearing of ship C is here, but it's from B, so bearings is due north. So we want this angle. We want this angle here. Now, how can we find this angle? We've got a big clue here. This is a straight line. So if we find this angle and do 180 minus the angle B, then that will give us this bearing here to get the answer. So we've got big B, little b, so just rearranging the cosine rule to find a missing angle. So you would have cos B equals a squared plus c squared minus b squared over 2ac. So from here it's just substitution, which you're good at. Now we know a here now. Cos B is going to equal 28.673 squared plus 50 squared minus 70 squared all over 2 times a times 50. Use your calculator and you should get cos B equals minus 0.55028 ... and inverse cos that, so B equals of your previous answer, and you should get 123.39. I'm just going to round that to 2 decimal places. Now, because of what I told you, it's a straight line minus that angle B, and that would equal 56.61 degrees, and that will be acceptable, but the book gives it to 3 significant figures. Now, what's wrong with this? Because it asks for a bearing, so you would lose a mark here, because bearings are written 3 digits, and that will get you the full mark. So that will get you the full answer mark. You can see method 1 here, method 2, method 3, and answer 1 mark there. And if you did that, really well done. You have done an exam question.